What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm reviewing Netflix's The Thursday Murder Club. And this is a movie, not a series. It kind of sounds like the kind of thing that would be a series on Netflix, but it's actually a movie, although, may I suggest, franchise potential. Yeah. So this does have audio description. It's actually done by a company I'm unfamiliar with, which is weird for Netflix, because they've worked with so many companies. I did not recognize the company. I was like, this is kind of a big project to give to a fresh-faced company. I was like, have they done anything else that I just haven't noticed? And I didn't recognize the talent that was credited, so I didn't get much out of out of the credits. Sorry. I was like, what is this? What did you just tell me? I just feel like I'm in a foreign language. I'm like, there's a company called that? It's like VIX, V, it's like three letters. VDI or something like that. I'm trying not to say things that are abbreviations of other things that actually exist. You know, STD or something like that. So it's not that, but three letters. Anyway, it's directed by Chris Columbus, which answered the question of why is everybody asking Chris Columbus questions now? Because in my sort of like in my entertainment news feed, I was seeing all these Chris Columbus articles popping up, and I was like, why? And they never really made it like clear that Chris Columbus was on a press tour for the Thursday Murder Club. They just kept asking him questions about Harry Potter. I was like, but why now? I should have thought of, like, did he direct something? Like, why? Very weird. And then all of a sudden, Chris Columbus is speaking about Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling's transphobia. But, no, he's the director of Thursday Murder Club. So we have a talented director doing a streaming movie, which immediately had me scared because I just watched Lasse Hallström do The Map That Leads to You, which was basically my tomato meter review just says, what the fuck, Lasse Hallström? Like, my pull quote is just like, if Lasse Hallström is gonna bother to do mundane bullshit like this, the best he can do is pretend like he cares. Because that movie is beneath him, and he directed it like it was beneath him. So Thursday Murder Club, Chris Columbus came in it, and he got some stars. He did what Lasse Hallström, Academy Award nominee Lasse Hallström, was unable to do, which was attract talent to his movie. So we have Helen Mirren, we've got Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, and some other people that I feel like have not had quite as much focus in the promotional material, like David Tennant is in this. Yeah, David Tennant's in this. We've got Jonathan Pryce. It's got a good cast. It does. Lucifer. I forgot his name. Tom Ellis is in this. So there's a decent amount of talent in this film. And of course, and Naomi Aoki, whatever, is in here. So I like this movie, man. This charmed my socks off. This felt like watching. I was thinking about this too from a different perspective. It's a movie. Old people investigate a murder. There you go. Done. You want more? Okay, so there's a group of old people who live in a place. It's like Critter's Corner or something like that. I don't know. It's some retirement home that's been there forever. It's very fancy. And the guy that owns the land, well, one of the guys that owns the land wants to develop it. In a plot point that really didn't work for me because he's 1/3 and he keeps talking about how he owns the property, and it's like, well, you don't own the you own 1/3 of the property. So I feel like this is a meeting that you should have with the other two people. Anyway, when he's talking about, I also love when the guy, because he's talking to like this other guy, they really push the idea that this Ian guy is a bad guy, and he's talking to him. He's like, "Well, that's okay because I'm regionally trained mixed martial artist." And I was like, "That's gonna stop you from a bullet." I really thought he was gonna be the one who gets murdered because he was so unlikable at the beginning of the film. But unfortunately, it's somebody else. So then he just becomes the asshole who, you know, seems like a prime suspect. So, but yeah, Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, all of the other senior citizens in this club, they find out that that this guy wants to sell their building, and they actually they have merch. There's a scene where Helen Mirren takes this necklace off of one of their members who passes away because it's also an old person's home, so sometimes people die, and gives it to somebody else. And you're like, wait a minute, you have merch? You have actual like Thursday Murder Club branded stuff? Like it's on the things? You've made things that say it's kind of impressive. So, but yeah, a guy dies that they know and are invested in figuring out who murdered him. So they creatively use all of the skills that they've gathered, being sort of really into true crime and mystery novels and stuff like that, to actually pretty well investigate this murder with the help of some police officers, because they have to have some police officers help them. They kind of go through this female detective who is really like underutilized, and they get her in, and she ends up sort of being endeared to them, because she wasn't doing anything before, and now she's like at the top of this investigation. So, yeah, it moves through trying to figure out who did what to who, and but anyway, so yeah, so like one of the things that I heard recently was, like Diane Keaton's favorite movie, Something's Gotta Give, and she said that nobody would make that movie today, and I kept thinking, I was like, yeah, why doesn't anybody make that movie today? We have plenty of amazing talent in their golden years, and we see them every once in a while. Like we see them in things like Jamie Lee Curtis in Freakier Friday, right? Like she's still clearly game for anything. Diane Keaton is still acting. I'm sure she would be up for a better role. And Thursday Murder Club reminded me that you can actually take these actors and actresses and put them in a film that's actually entertaining and good, because we get so much shit with these like amazing actors. When you put them together, we get shit like Summer Camp, we get The Fabulous Four, we get these like what else, the football movie that they all did. I forgot it. None of these are memorable. Book Club and Book Club 2, like these are just whatever movies. But suddenly here comes a movie where Chris Columbus is still using some of his directorial flair, making it interesting, and these actors are being highlighted in a way that it actually utilizes them. Pierce Brosnan's great in this. He's hilarious. He's uncharacteristically, it made me realize like this man is not. We have not gotten this guy an Oscar nomination for anything. Does he have an honorary Oscar? Can we get him something before we're unable to? Because I mean, he's in the cast with like Ben Kingsley, Helen Mirren, Jonathan Pryce are all Oscar nominees. So there's another actress too who I'm less familiar with, who has a prominent part in here, Celia something. Not Celia Weston, but a different Celia. And they all come together, and it feels like one of those sort of actually well-made films with actors of a certain age. And it reminded me a lot of The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel in how well it utilized the talent and gave them stuff to do. But we just don't do enough of this. We let this talent flounder, and they don't get to ever do these kind of movies. And I would love to see a Something's Gotta Give type movie again, where it is actually a really well done romantic comedy with actors of a certain age. And I don't know why we can't do that. So hopefully Thursday Murder Club does really well for Netflix, and they look into that and they make good movies, not their typical shit, because I think Thursday Murder Club is one of the better movies they've made this year. It probably will be one of the best movies they make this year, but we do have a couple Oscar contender attempts coming still, so jury's out. But yeah, I love this. I thought this was delightful. Helen Mirren is really fun. I love Pierce Brosnan in this. I mean, I got the only thing that I got at the beginning is there's a lot of weighty exposition to get you going, to introduce you into the world. There's a lot of just sort of like verbal exposition that is a little bit clunky getting it started. But once you get into the movie and you get going, man, the ride's fun. So they do have a little bit of an exposition problem at the beginning. But man, after that, I was hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. But at the beginning, I was like, oh no, this is not, please tell me we're gonna. And then about after 10 or 15 minutes, I was like, oh, we're in the groove. We stopped explaining things now at like awkward levels. You know, when two people are having a conversation out loud about something that they both should already know, but they're speaking about it because the audience doesn't know. So they have to talk about this thing that they should both know already, even though it's clunky. Anyway, it's got a cute score. I think it's like somebody did this, and I remember their name. It's a well-known composer too. I like the score, and I'm sorry I forgot it already. I had it at the beginning of this, and then my brain. So if you have a chance to check out Thursday Murder Club, do. I didn't have a problem with the audio description, which was interesting. The narrator's a little flat for me, for my taste, for this, but that's about it. That's all I really got, is maybe a little bit. There are a little bit more dynamic narrators out there. I also thought it was interesting that, because this is a British cast, we have American audio description on it. So, because I'm so used to hearing UK audio description on UK projects on Netflix, I kind of wonder if they didn't originally hire one of the UK companies to do it for UK audiences, like Post House, which produces a lot of UK tracks, or Adrenaline Studios or something like that, which both seem to come out of the UK. And then they made a separate one for American audiences. And if there isn't like a UK track that was made by people that would actually know, and they're like, well, we have to get an American track. Why? Anyway, I'm gonna give Thursday Murder Club an 8.1 out of 10. I like this. I recommend it. I think you should see it. Check it out. It's on Netflix. If you subscribe, you're already paying for it. So why haven't you watched it? Seriously, let me know in the comments, why haven't you watched this movie? If you have Netflix, you're already paying for it. You already bought the ticket. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.